Today we will look into business value assessment. Any company or enterprise will have a lot of initiatives or projects going on at any point of time. Okay, but they have to take a decision of which projects to go along and which projects should be retired or which projects should be on pause. Then there need to be then we need to have a assessment kind of a technique which will provide that, and that technique is the business value assessment. So in business value assessment, first we look into all the initiatives which are currently running and which are new. So everything will be part of all the initiatives, and then we have a dimension called value. We will try to assess the value of those projects in these four categories. First one is the financial contribution. So if this project is done, how much financially it is going to contribute to the organization, and whether those projects are strategically aligned to the organization for the short-term goals or the mission or vision. So is it aligned or not? And then will it be will it provide any competitive edge? Will it provide any competitive position in the market? And then is it complying to all the principles or not? So these four things will be part of value assessment. And then there is another dimension called risk. In risk dimension, what we look is what is the size and complexity of the project. So the high size and complexity is the high risk. And then we look at the technology, whether it is an outdated technology or the new technology. The problems with the outdated technology is that we don't get support, and if there are any vulnerabilities, then it will be a problem for the organization. And then we look into the organizational capacity. Does the organization have the capacity, the resources to take over this, to complete this project or to run this project? And then impact of failure. What is the impact of failure if this project doesn't go on time or it doesn't complete? If it has problems, then what would be the impact of the organization? So these are all these four things will come together as part of risk assessment. And the last one is, now we know what is the risk. So we will look into the ratings and prioritization of it. So ratings will rate every project in terms of finance, strategic, competitive, compliance for value, and size, complexity, technology, capacity, and impact of failure for risk. And then we will try to prioritize those. So high value and low risk will be the key to select the projects. And then we take the decision to continue the projects. So if you see here, uh, this is the value assessment where a project one is complying to the principles, and financially it is going to contribute in future, and strategically it is aligned, and it has a competitive edge as well. So we take one as yes and then zero as no for that dimension, and then it will be like the total value will be assessed. It can be in 0.5, 0.75 as well, according to how it goes. So in the same way for project 2 also we have assigned some values here for principal, financial, strategic, competitive, these four categories, and then we come to a total value. So we did that for all the projects here we have. And then we also do the same thing for risk. Here for the project 1, again we will see whether its size is high and complex, then we rate it as 1. If it is low, then 0. If high risk, then 1. If low risk, then it's 0. Or you can go to 0.5 and 0.75 according to the nature of the project. And then we look into the capacity, whether we have capacity to drive this requirement or not, whether the capacity is in risk. If there is no risk of capacity, then 0. If there is a risk, then 1. Accordingly, the values will go here. And for technology, whether it is outdated technology or new technology, whether we have support or not, that kind of considerations are taken while assessing the technology. And then how well it will impact the organization if it is going to fail. If it is going to fail, if it is impacting the organization, then it will be 1. So the other way, if it is not, there is no impact, then it will be 0. So that's how the total risk is also calculated. So for all the projects we have now value, and then we have risk. So that is put into a graph. Project 1 has a value of 4 and the risk of 3. The same way for project 2, the value is 3 and the risk is 1. And project 3 value is 3 and risk is 2. And for project 4 value is 3 and risk is 2 again. And for project 5 value is 2 and risk is 2. So now if you see this graph here, we can say that project 1 and project 2 are having more value. Though project 3 and project 4 also have the same value of project 2, but risk of project 2 is less. So accordingly, these decisions are taken and prioritized. Thank you. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on more enterprise architecture insights. Hit the bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos on architecture techniques and frameworks. Thank you.